Greetings and salutations, and I'm just weird. I just went and put it on top of my coffee cup. But anyways, it works. This is the Pathfinder 2nd Edition Bestiary 2 Battle Cards box. I'm just going to mention it before. In the previous videos, I already did the other Battle Force box card sets, the spell cards for Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and various other ones. So if you're interested in more of these videos, go ahead and check my back catalog. I have a playlist that contains all the Pathfinder 2nd Edition card sets I have covered so far, and will contain card sets that I will do in the future as I add them. But let's go into this again. This box contains 350 cards of monster goodness for your Pathfinder 2nd Edition games. On the back side, there is the Paizo number right there. If you want, you can pause the video for a moment or slow it down. Sometimes it's helpful to slow down the video. If I talk really slowly, it's also handy to speed up the video. This box MSRPs for $60. However, you will seldom, if you go on Amazon or even go to Paizo's official site, they oftentimes will have sales where it's going to be sold for $59. Not $59, $54 or $49 at $54. You hardly ever get it below $54 though. And there's a good reason why. These big boxes, and I mean like hand for reference, my face for reference, have really big cards in them, and they're super duper useful. Let's move my coffee cup out of the way. These are fairly hefty boxes. I'm going to open it. On the top of the box, you got some various artwork of various creatures from the set. Both ends have just the name of the box. It's untreated on the inside. I keep the plastic on for safety. On the side, on the end, this is an end in woodworking terms, and this is an edge. I, weirdly enough, work in the metals recycling and electronics recycling industry, but the most training I ever had in anything is art and woodworking. Okay. So on the other end, you got an advertisement for another box I just recently did, as well as the Bestiary book for these cards. And on the other side, as I probably showed you before, that is the pawn set. Paizo is going to be, from what I heard and saw in an article, going to be discontinuing the pawn sets. I actually have to go buy those just because they're going to be discontinuing them soon, and they're going to get hard to find. But anyways, in the top of the box, you have multiple decks on each side. They're all fairly big. And take out all 6 of the decks. And you have this spacer in here that makes it easier to put the cards in or pull the cards out. So there you go. They typically come in either a plastic wrapper or they are banded with a little cloth or a nylon strap. So there you go. Put that back in there. And in a moment, I'm going to put this down because it's heavy. I don't feel like holding it the entire video while I try to show you cards. These cards oftentimes will have this cut line on them. And by the way, this is actually one of the harder ones to get the cards out of the sleeve. But in this case, you don't see the little fuzzy cut line that I had in previous decks, the size. So it seems to be a thing that comes and goes with their process. But anyways, you have the stat block for the creature, as well as the artwork for the creature. Now, very important point. It contains all the essential information: the name, the level, the tags, various abilities, stuff like that. It does not contain any lore. However, if you notice, there's in the case of creatures that have longer stat blocks than one card can hold, they actually give you 2 cards for them or more, and both of them have artwork on them, so you can put the cards on your Game Master screen on a clip, and you can read the stat block for the creature on the backside. Everything is generally written just large enough that set at this distance, it's still fairly readable as long as you have decent lighting behind your screen. The one thing I do have to note is the fact that there's pictures of there's pictures on each card. If you clip 2 cards on the screen, you'll run into the weird, funny situation where players will think that there are 2 creatures that are fighting, and then you describe one creature, and it's gonna mess with them because they see 2 cards, and they may not realize that the stat block overflows onto a second card. So there you go. The quality of these cards is actually exceedingly good. You actually have a very nice range of artwork for every single. All the artwork is very nice for all the creatures. You got multiple different variations of creatures in here. Cockroach Swarm, Cockroach Giant, Chupacabra, Choker, Centipede Titan, Centipede Giant Whiptail, and I'm just gonna a cave fisher, which looks more like a crab instead of a spider, like the D&D one, and so forth. Catoblepus. All the artwork is actually quite nice. By the way, this is another situation where you have 2 cards for the same creature, and so forth. Just quick flip through. Blinky Dog, Blind Him, Behave, a Babolith, Polar Bear, Bear Black or Black Bear, Basilisk Draculisk, a Breshua Droid, and then you have another multi-card character, and so forth. The quality of these cards are exceedingly nice. They're big and beautiful, amazing artwork on them, easy text to read. There's hardly any problems with it. My only thing that makes me a little sad is that it's $60. But, by the way, it's important to note that this is how Paizo makes their money. And they give away all the rules. There's a lot of players who don't ever buy a book or anything like that. They just play based using Path Builder or Wanderer's Guide off the internet or website, and they go to Archives of Nethys to read the rules and explanations for things, and that's it. They don't ever buy any books. So if you want to support Paizo, I suggest buying the card decks, the pawn sets, and the books. However, if you can't afford it, no problem. Pathfinder 2nd Edition is completely free to play. But there you go. As I said before, it is a solid 4-star range. This is probably like a 4.25. The card cut quality on these cards is a little bit better than the first few sets that were released in this size. So apparently they got over the the cutting issue with the cards, or it's in that size at some point. Also, a nice bonus point: these cards are manufactured in the United States. These are printed in China. Some of these cards, like this size, are printed in the United States, and some are not. Some are printed in China, some are printed in the United States. But anyways, it's weird that the ones printed in China are a little bit better cut quality than the ones printed, made in the United States. But anyways, thank you very much for... that was a weird moment there, yeah. But anyways, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a delightful day, a nice night, a wonderful weekend, a magnificent month, and see you next time.